Excuse me, that is nothing important. Never mind that. Anyway, I've waited until we are in position to pretty much launch, turn towards 90 degrees and do a straight turn towards Duna. I hope I'm not too far behind it and that this works out. So let's... yeah, the sun is down, but we're still getting a bit of light. Yeah. Okay, so let's just launch and see what happens. Hey! Fun fact incidentally, even though this is my heaviest launch, at the same time it's the one with the fewest parts. Fun times! I've turned all the sounds except the engines on, since I'm pretty sure it's the engines that are causing the weird stuttering sound, which is... I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really getting on my nerves. Oh crap. Okay. Got distracted talking to you. So, yeah, luckily I quick saved right before launching, and this time I won't forget to throttle down on my main cells before they explode. It should be okay now. I hope. Nope, I'm still hearing a bit of that, which is unfortunate. Yeah, we will have to use quite a bit of the... well, we'll have to use some of the fuel tanks, fuel depot's own fuel supply to get there. And we might have to do a refueling mission after the space station is done, in order to top her off. We'll see how that goes. I hope we'll have enough fuel to do a couple flights down to the planet and up, but we'll see. And there we go. The crew transfer is gonna be the last bit we do actually. We're gonna send all of the pieces there with robotic systems, and then we are gonna transfer our crew, and I'm gonna start a slight gravity turn, very small, just towards 80 degrees. That should be more than good enough. And here we go. Passing 12 kilometers. Ascent looks good. Fuel should be okay. Hopefully. Well, I suppose we'll see, won't we? Let's turn a little more. I think with this one I decided that I had to turn a bit less aggressively than usual because I had trouble pushing it into orbit. And the thrust-weight ratios on the final stages are not what one might wish for. This should be okay. We're not gonna pitch lower than 45. Unless we have to. But we won't. Actually, alright, let's go for 30. 30 ought to be good with this kind of apoapsis right now. And goodbye on that. Please don't explode everything. There we go. We are good. Okay. We're on our way. Should be okay to climb into orbit. Yes, nice steep ascent. We can't afford to do a shallow one with the way things are, unfortunately. And we're in space, so you get to listen to some music. I'm gonna turn on the time warp. As you might have noticed, we are at 3x right now. We're rotating wildly and we're burning up fuel at a decent clip. And I still hear that annoying crackling. Anyway, for those of you who just watch me for my KSP stuff, you might want to check out some of my other videos. I'm doing a let's play of Civ 5 right now, and I think I'm doing some cool shit there, so if you want to give it a watch, that would be amazing. Also, I am doing, well, doing some other stuff right now, but yeah, Right, I'm also going to start a let's play of a role-playing game called Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. We are currently voting on what class or clan we're gonna play, so if you want to join up with that, that would be also pretty awesome. Since I would like to get a few more votes before I actually start, and the camera is changing there. Yes, and if you could give my stuff a share in, well, wherever, that would be much appreciated as well. And we are on our final stage. We are now burning internal fuel. Okay, right now we have a little bit of time to set up our maneuver, and that unset my target apparently. Let me select my fucking maneuver, you douche. There we go. Okay. So how bad is that? Oh crap, I'm getting a moon encounter or something, aren't I? Alright, never mind, let's just ignore the maneuver node and burn like parallel to the planet's surface for now. Hopefully my thrust to weight ratio is not too horrible on this and we won't have to wait insanely long. But yeah. Anyway, thing is, I really enjoy making videos, but I'm having trouble getting myself noticed, so you know, if it's not too much trouble, give a video of mine or two a share on Facebook or something. I'd really appreciate it. And thanks in advance. And we are at 4x and we are accelerating very slowly, unfortunately. Well, I can't help that. This will be the slowest mission quite possibly because it's the heaviest piece and it's running on just a single engine. Yeah, I thought I had set this up with multiple nuclear engines, but I didn't. That was the refueling ship, so yeah. Then again, we do have a stage in Duna orbit that has some fuel left, which we can use to refuel this wonderful piece of machinery. And we are heading for an escape. Very nicely too. Acceleration is going way, way up. Yeah, had an encounter there for a bit, never mind on that. Should be good, should be good. Hope we don't have a min-mass thing, because that would suck. But in any case, straight up burn, we can use a bit of help from Kerbin's gravity by burning lower down. You know, it takes less oomph to get from Duna with a straight up burn instead of escaping Kerbin and then burning from orbiting the sun at some point. That is going, and that is going up as well. Oh shit! I burned too fucking soon, didn't I? Well, this is gonna be a derpy mission. Okay. It's gonna be slightly ahead of it, so we will have to do another burn at Apocalypse. Well, we would have to slow down to be captured by Dune anyway, so killing a lot of our relative speed here so that we are closer to it. It doesn't make much difference, I suppose. Hello. Okay, let's just carefully adjust that down. We need to do a slight change here, like 10 meters per second slight, or less. Okay, that seems about right. Let's wait a couple of hours until we are near our burn point, and I'm gonna use the built-in RCS to, you know, turn this thing, and we're gonna do our adjustment. Okay, and we are turning, and we are burning ever so slightly. Adjust there, just a slight smidge. Damn, this engine is slow. There, that should be about right. Okay, kill the maneuver, and we are good, I believe. Okay, so it will be ahead of me at my closest approach, so I'll be in a slightly lower orbit then. Well, you can do every one of these missions perfectly, I suppose. Anyway, the idea, as I might have mentioned previously, is to build a space station in orbit around Duna, equipped with a, you know, signal analysis array, as well as the ability to land on the planet and take off as necessary to study stuff on the surface. And that's pretty much it. So we're gonna have a fuel depot, we're gonna have a lander, we're gonna have a crew module, and we're gonna have this signal analysis mast, which we already put in place. Okay. Actually, let's wait for a smidge longer until we're... Okay, now, if I did this... Damn, that is not good. We need our orbits to be a bit more synced. And let's just see about getting a encounter. Yep, we're gonna have to do one full orbit before we can get an encounter. And we're gonna have to spend a bit of delta V in order to get it. Actually, we're a couple of days away from that, so let's just wait for a smidge until we are near our node. Okay, 15 minutes passed, that is not too bad, we can work with that. Yeah, should be good. Okay, SAS is fixed, all things should now be okay. We are accelerating nicely. Alright, good stuff, good stuff. Okay, we are... yeah. So we'll have to wait a minute or two while we do our burn. Okay, so what can we talk about? Well, yes, some of my other videos, I suppose. Vampire the Masquerade is a really fun game, which allows you to play a vampire, not the sparkly, faggy kind of vampire you get nowadays, but you know, the dark, sneaky, scary monster kind of vampire. You have this whole secret society of vampires living in the shadows, and well, it's a really fun setting, and really, check it out. And I know, I am shamelessly self-advertising. I know. But, you know. So, as for future missions, I'm still thinking about doing a Eve landing and return, but that could be really difficult just on the designing the lander part, because damn, you know? Just damn. That's some intense shit right there, you know? Okay. Using RCS to fine-tune my... okay, 4.5 is the best I can get, and I guess I'll just go with that then. Resources are good. We haven't used too much of our fuel, like half a fuel tank. Suppose we'll have one full fuel tank left over when we sit there, and then we will deorbit the booster and leave just the fuel tank part attached to the signal mast. And that'll be that. Pretty much. Right now we have to wait for 4 months while we get there. Fun times. Okay. I really don't know if that crackling is coming from the game, from my recording software, or wherever. I honestly don't know. And just 3 more months. Let's just look at our rocket traveling through space and try to catch some good sights. Actually, just so that I know when the encounter is. Come on. Yes. And now we can watch this. Okay. Yeah, simple enough design. A booster with an advanced SAS computer probe, power source, and a deorbiting set, and your basic big ass fuel and RCS tank. It's nothing special really. And we are almost at the point where we have to do our maneuvers, but not quite. Almost, but not quite. Where's the sun? There's the sun. We're pointing straight at it. Epicness. Okay. We are about to enter Duna's sphere of influence. Let's bring that down, so we don't want to enter it in too high time warp, apparently, something I read on the forums. Who knew? In any case. Here we go. And that is unacceptable. That is fucking unacceptable. Alright. Alright. We want to use the RCS and kill this movement like that. Okay, I'm gonna adjust myself so that I'm coming in straight at the planet, and then I'm gonna burn towards 90 to put myself into a proper approach. Something that is not insane. Yeah, that seems about right. We are at 4x and this thing does not want to turn without RCS, but let's see if I can turn it anyway. Okay. So, 90. Come on! Jesus Christ. Okay, luckily I have plenty of RCS. We should be okay for both the turning and the rendezvous, and having a bit left over for stuff. Okay, now straight down in order to orbit. Because we do want to orbit. Orbiting is fun. Oh, crapazoid. What the fuck? God damn it, this thing. What are you doing, gods damn you? RCS back on. Jesus. This thing drifts like it's fucking insane. What are you... fucking SAS? Fix your fucking game, squad. Seriously. Okay, like this then. We want our periapses to be higher than this by significantly. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a tiny bit. Whoa, that electric charge stuff is scary. But luckily for me, I have a nuclear reactor, so I'm good. Come on, drop me into a fracking orbit already. There, like that, okay? Like that. That looks good. We shouldn't be too insanely fast at that altitude. Sending node just 12 degrees? Seriously? And of course we can't do that without annoying problems. Can we? Actually, I don't want to burn there anyway, because this one is further out and take less delta V here. So, crap. God damn it. Okay. Guess I need to drop myself into a lower orbit first, and then I can do that. 100 meters per second. Thought to be okay. 500 units of monopropellant. I could work with that. Okay, we're 1 hour away. Let's just wait for a bit more. Okay, 50 a minute long burn, so that is not too troublesome. At 4x, that's like 15 seconds. And I'm turning the wrong fucking way. Turn around. Okay, okay. Actually, I might want to drop lower down. Yes, below Ike's orbit. Cause, you know, for the sake of epicness. And here we go. We are at 4x. Not gonna take too long, and almost there, and we are at our target numbers. Now for this, that is too far. Okay, tiny adjustments. Damn, 100 meters per second for the inclination change. That's not okay. Like that, and okay, no, that makes it worse. Damn, this can be so finicky sometimes. Tiny adjustments. I'm gonna look at the numbers instead of the... Okay, that's better. So downwards, that means towards 180, I suppose. Yep, there's the marker. Damn. Okay, exit the time warp. RCS is all well and good, but not in 4x. Okay, we are almost at our spot. Okay, 35 seconds out. And begin our burn. 4x, and I think we're doing good. Oh, that is actually not ideal, apparently. Alright, another... Crap! Okay, here at... Okay, tiny adjustment over there. Nothing to worry about, we're gonna be okay. Yes, and turn please as well. Okay, that should be okay-ish. Yep. And let's prepare our... That's a bit too much. Okay, that's a lot of separation. What if we did it here? And that is still quite a bit. What about here? Okay, 120. Okay, what if we did ourselves a maneuver hereabouts to... No. Let's open it wider. That looks pretty close-ish. 10. Okay, that is more. Okay, so that seems about right. Well, I'll fine-tune it at the... Ooh, 1.3, excellent. Okay, don't miss my burn. Okay, we're gonna be pointing at 270 for that. Monopropellant ought to be okay. Let's just fix on our marker and then we can wait for the burn time. Okay. Alright. Looking good. Everybody's holding their breath in the situation room at the Space Center, but we should be okay. Hopefully, unless we're not. But really, it should be okay. For science and all that crap. I think we overdid it. Okay. Now bring it down. There we go. That should be good. Now we wait for our thingy once again, and then we kill our relative to target speed. We won't be able to come in straight at it right away because we have to kill quite a bit of speed actually, and yeah, that's gonna make a difference. But all the same, we should be okay. 200 meters per second relative to target. Eek. Now, I suppose it would make sense to wait for a tiny bit longer until we're within 1 minute, and then we can start our burn. Our current separation is 11 kilometers, not too bad. Okay, and 4x. Time warp, go! And relative speed to target is going down. We are approaching. We should be able to... Whoa, lag spike. To just, you know, sync up our orbits pretty damn well right now. Okay. Alright. Gonna wait for the next orbit until we hit that nice close encounter. Then I'm gonna kill my relative speed and we'll come in for our final approach. Soon enough we should get a tiny lag spike. Oh, that was the lag spike already, never mind. I didn't expect that one to be so soon. So, okay, so we're close. I'd have to use quite a bit of RCS here. No, not RCS. No, don't turn that way, you dumb fucker. Sorry about my French, but Jesus Christ. The SAS is insane sometimes. I mean, the way it overcompensates is crazy. And look at how little RCS I have left now. I mean, about half of that was unnecessary expenditure due to, well, crappiness. Okay. Done raging. Crap, too much speed. Okay, let's just screw that. Let's just aim at the target and go for it. Let's just try and head in for our Damn, but it spends it fast. Okay, but we have to use RCS for this, otherwise it won't work. The problem is, of course... Crap. This thing doesn't want to turn because it's a tiny control core on a lot of rocket, if you know what I mean. Oh, crap. Okay, I believe we want to turn around and kill our relative speed, or be ready to do so anyway. But at least we can see our target in the distance, so it should be okay-ish. Okay. Now we time warp until we start heading away from it again, or until we're real close. And this ought to be good. Let's use a tiny amount of thrust and kill our relative speed once again. In fact, let's... Okay, let's use the 4x to turn this thing, because I want to save the RCS, and let's give ourselves a smallish nudge. Damn, 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 too much, too much, too much, fuck! Jesus fucking Christ, the SAS on this is crazy. Seriously, this needs to be fixed. I mean, think of all the poor Kerbals that have died because of such bullshit. RCS fuel is not cheap either, for that matter. Especially if you have to bring it out all the way here, where the costs of actually launching it into space have to be taken into account. You get some truly ridiculous expenditures. All because certain things like, oh, I don't know, the SAS happened to suck. Okay. Okay, what I need to do now is turn around and kill the speed, and then we can try, I repeat, try to come in on RCS, if we have enough left, that is. Okay, I might have to add another RCS tank to my refueling tug, because seriously... Okay. And move to 4x, and we will want to turn towards the north on the horizon, you know, and dock on this Clampatron. Should be good on that. Let's just turn a little more and come on. Okay, we're almost aligned the way we want to be and need to be. Okay. Okay. I believe we're good now. Forwards and in that direction. RCS off. Need to be careful, there's some solar panels on that thing. Okay, control from here ought to be a better option. Careful, I would like to have some RCS fuel left by the time we are done with this. But I suppose we will see. And hopefully we are gonna manage to dock this without too much trouble. there, that should be goodish. Tricky, tricky. And yes, a wise man might, I repeat, might pull in the solar panels, but that wouldn't be very Kerbal now, would it? I believe we should be okay-ish. Whoa, 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 whoa. Eek. No, 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 no. Come on. There we go. Attract. 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 There we go. We are good, I believe. Okay. We are not doing too horribly on that. Okay. Out, out. Okay, we want to undock the extras. So, right. Okay. One of these worth of fuel in there, and one of these worth of fuel in here, and that should be enough to deorbit it. Not to deorbit the various pieces. Okay, aligned with the north thingy ought to be good. There we go. Yes, keep it like that, please. Decouple node. No RCS on this. And it intends to spiral out of control, apparently. Okay, so we want to deorbit it, impact it on Duna, be rid of it forever and ever, so that it does not clutter the space around us here. There we go. -1. Okay, we are actually, we want to rotate here. Really? What the fuck was that? Okay, we'll fix all of that later. First things first, we need to deorbit this insanity. Get rid of the trash. Damn. Tumbling out of control. Someone's going crazy in the situation room right now. No, gods damn you, do not spin like that. Crap. You know, this game is awesome and epic, but it does have its moments. And it's having one right now. In fact, focus on that. There we go. Just deorbit this thing. There we go, just bring that in. And of course you can't focus on... Does it not have... Of course it doesn't. It doesn't have an SAS module. Never mind then. Okay, it's going in. There we go. Now you... Okay, we will control from here, we will align it with the 90-degree thingy, and hopefully that will be okay-ish. Yes and no. And yes, I believe that ought to do fine. Kill that rotation. Well, close enough for government work. there we go, we are good. Or are we? Maybe I should have docked the fuel tug on a different spot. Well, fuel depot thingy. Maybe. Let's just transfer all of the RCS in so we can more easily see how much we have. Although I do have this, of course. But let's see what happens when we... Okay, we... Yeah, that's not particularly good. Alright. Alright, it will do for now. But at a later date I will move this to another docking port in order to... Well, I might move this to another docking port in order to prevent it interfering with these solar rays. But for now, this will do, I believe. So, I'll see you guys later, I suppose. Goodbye for now.